With that, I would like to thank Dr. Satoru Nagao for sharing that insight. Please stay with us as we come back to you for our next discussion as well. Now we move on to Germany. German police has used water cannons to disperse protesters blocking a highway near Giessen on Saturday today, as thousands gathered to oppose a meeting of the far-right Alternative for Germany party. Tensions escalated with scuffles reported near the venue, where AFD members were set to elect the leadership of their newly formed youth organization. The previous AFD youth wing was dissolved earlier this year after German intelligence classified it as confirmed right-wing extremist. Multiple groups, including the major DGP trade union and the left-wing party Die Linke, had called for large-scale counter-protests. Authorities had anticipated up to 50,000 anti-AFD protesters over the weekend, adding further strain to security operations. The delay comes as AFD support remains high, with CFD's latest Polit Barometer poll placing the party at 27% nationwide. Now for this discussion, we welcome back Dr. Satoru Nagao. He's a fellow at Hudson Institute, joined us live from Tokyo. Thank you very much, Dr. Satoru, for staying with us. Now that we know that, Germany has made a youth organization or a youth party for the right wing, very extreme right wing. Do you think that this new party will is there any chance of this new party to also be enlisted as extremist right party again?
Extremist or not is a little bit controversial because a certain number of the supporters support this party. So this means that if this is extreme far right dangerous, this supporter of the extreme right people is also the extreme. So that's why a certain number of the Germans are extreme, you need to say. But that's not true because many people support means that a certain number believe that they are not far right. So that's why it is a little bit controversial in this case. But anyway, the problem is the activity of the protest on the both sides is escalating recently. That is a very big problem, I think, because one side escalates activity, other side also reply, and they demonstrate, protesters crush each other. That is itself is a problem of the law and order. Democracy is important and protesting is important, but under the certain rule is needed. So that's why police crash with them, and it looks like the crash with them itself is creating the news and the advertisement. But that kind of mood itself maybe should change. Protesters should protest, that is good, but at the same time, they should not be something, the gang, destroy the city, something like that. So activity should be under the rule. They should do, I think.
As you also highlighted that these activities should be under control. What role does German authorities should play in balancing the right to protest with maintaining public order?
Recently, German police is trying to intervene between two. Because two protesters, one is far right, so-called far right, and another one is a protester against the far right, is crossing, they attack each other. That is not good. So police try to intervene between two groups and try to stop their move, and crossing range between the two protesters is not good. So that's why they try to divide this group. That is the operation. But so the protesters should not clash with other protesters themselves. Protesters should persuade common people to make big majority of the opinion under the democratic rule. That is a good protest, a good demonstration. But protesters fight against protesters, violent crash in the city. That is not a proper way, I think.
Right. With that, I would like to thank Dr. Satoru Nagao for joining us today and sharing that